You repeatedly on Fast and Furious kept saying that the Attorney General deserves credit for ending the gun running operation, but you seem to be leaving out the fact that Agent Terry was killed, and not mentioning.
Not at all, Ed.
No, but you're not mentioning. Does he not deserve the Attorney General? You're giving him credit for ending the operation. Does he not deserve some blame for the fact that this gun running operation resulted in a federal agent being killed on his watch?
Well, the Attorney General made clear and has made clear on numerous occasions, including the 8 times he has testified on Capitol Hill with regard to this matter, that he, when he learned about it, took this matter exceptionally seriously. That is why he ended it, and that is why he referred it to the Inspector General for investigation. This is a tactic that was employed in operations in the prior administration, during the prior administration. It was a field-driven tactic. It was not something that was generated out of Washington. When it was discovered by the Attorney General, he put an end to it, and he launched or requested an investigation into it. I think that demonstrates the seriousness with which he regards it.
You've also given the Attorney General credit here in this briefing for turning over, I think you at one point said, every page to Congress, 7,600 pages. But my understanding is the Inspector General at the Justice Department has gotten tens of thousands of pages. I think the number is something 70, 80,000 pages. So how can you say every page has been turned over if Congress has gotten about 10% of it?
Well, I think you're engaging in a little selective listening, but what I did say is every page related to the Fast and Furious operation. And that is what is at issue here. How did this operation come about? How did this tactic begin to be used? A flawed tactic, which everyone recognizes, including the Attorney General, the President of the United States, congressional leaders of both parties, was a flawed tactic and a mistake. And that's why this Attorney General referred this matter to the IG for investigation. What is being, the documents over which privilege is being asserted are internal executive branch documents that have to do with response to congressional inquiries, response to media inquiries. Those kinds of deliberations have been protected under privilege as a matter of the separation of powers enshrined in the Constitution by administrations of both parties dating back 30 years.
How many pages is the
I don't have a page count for you, Ed.
Well, why not? I mean, you have given us no information about what is covered by what the President is claiming executive privilege on beyond the broad protecting advisors' advice. As
you, I think, perhaps more than others, given the interest in this, your network knows that the administration, principally the Department of Justice, has cooperated extensively with congressional investigators, provided extensive documentation. The administration has even provided documents related to an interest in whether or not people in the White House knew of this operation at the time, and provided that, let me finish please, Ed, and provided that last fall. And there wasn't a lot of interest in it because it disappointed those who were trying to make politics out of this. And here is the central fact of this matter. This many months into it, this many months where House Republican leaders have been focused on this rather than helping the economy grow or helping it create jobs, is that there is no evidence of anything beyond what the Attorney General has said about this matter. And our level of cooperation has been extensive.
But when you say going back to last fall, the President's executive privilege claim only came in yesterday. So why are we getting no information?
Because we made every...
It is, and how broad is the scope? I mean, what does it cover?
Ed, I can attempt to get more details for you in terms of what it covers. I don't have page numbers for you. What I can tell you is that the assertion of privilege came at the time when it became clear that there was no intention to resolve this matter, at least to that point, in a good faith effort by House Republican leaders, that they were committed to their previously publicly announced intention to hold a contempt vote, a highly political gesture, completely partisan vote, and when efforts to resolve this matter otherwise were exhausted, in order to provide the absolutely necessary stewardship to the executive branch that this President must provide on behalf of his administration and every future administration, this action was taken. Steve.
On this question of how far the privilege goes, you know, traditionally privileges involved either the interactions with the White House and the White House staff or national security. In this case, it seems to go beyond that. Is it a general thought in the White House that executive privilege is it applied to all the executive branch, even in
Well, Steve, I'm not the counsel, but I think that you need to do a little research. The truth is our assertion is consistent with the positions taken by prior administrations in disputes with Congress that date back to the Washington administration in 1792. The legal analysis is blessed by the career DOJ staff who have advised both Democratic and Republican administrations on congressional executive relations. And as both historical practice and judicial decisions confirm, the fact that documents reside within an agency rather than in the White House is irrelevant to whether they are privileged. There are at least 5 examples we can provide to you from recent history where that is demonstrated. Kristen and Dan.
Jay, in 2007, President Obama criticized former President George W. Bush for asserting executive privilege for not handing over documents relating to the firings of the non-U.S. attorneys. Does he not run the risk of looking hypocritical by criticizing the former president and now essentially evoking the same action?
No, because this president, again, is, after making, through his Department of Justice, an extraordinary effort to cooperate with Congress on this matter, providing thousands of pages of documents, having the Attorney General testify 8 times, asserting a privilege that retains the capacity of the executive branch now and in the future to operate independently as enshrined in the Constitution. I would note that this is the first time President Obama has asserted the privilege, but as you know, previous presidents of both parties have done so repeatedly. According to CRS, executive privilege has been asserted 24 times since 1981. President George W. Bush asserted it 6 times, President Clinton 14 times. President George H.W. Bush asserted it once, and President Reagan 3 times, rather. In fact, President Obama has gone longer without asserting the privilege than any president in the last 3 decades, which is consistent with the statement that you quoted. Bottom line is, after a level of cooperation that I think demonstrates this administration's absolute interest in finding out the truth about the Fast and Furious operation and why that flawed tactic was used, its origins and its implementation, its efforts to work with Congress to provide it the information that was required under legitimate oversight needs, an assertion was made, because this has become a political fishing